This is the Sports Illustrated Spring Training from March 3rd, 1975. This is the cover of the magazine. We have the Cincinnati baseball team here on the front. And on the back, we have an ad for Colton cigarettes. Of all Filter Kings tested, Colton is the lowest. Look at the latest U.S. government figures for other brands that call themselves low in tar. And this is the carton filter 4 milligram. We have a warning here that says, warning, the Surgeon General has determined that cigarette smoking is dangerous for your health. So let's go ahead and go through this magazine. This first page is a car ad for Peugeot, a different kind of a luxury car. It's built to take your mind off the economy. A bigger fuel tank doesn't mean better mileage. But there's more to economy than good mileage. Every part is inspected. Every car is tested. Our wagon isn't just a square-top sedan. And we have a picture of the car here in this beautiful, beautiful blue color. And it looks like she's doing some grocery shopping. On this next page, we have another cigarette ad to the 3 million people who started smoking this year. Despite all the arguments made against smoking, one simple fact remains. Last year, 3 million people started to smoke. This year, the criticism will continue, and next year too. But after all is said and done, another 3 million people will probably start smoking. And this looks like it's an ad for Vantage menthol cigarettes. Alright, let's go to the next page. It looks like we have another ad here. Saving his life shouldn't take your life savings. Here's what we're doing about it. America's 900,000 life and health insurance people. What we're doing to make a difference. Here we have the contents. This is volume 42, number 9. Looks like we have wave hello to the future. The cat's out of the bag. Green machine with his 6 gears. Run, Seaver, run. Big frog, very small pond. Checking on the hutch. Looks like on this page we have a letter from the publisher. On this right side, we have an ad for the Marines with one of these cards that you could have filled out and sent them. Call this toll-free number for the Marine representative nearest you. And it says try out for varsity. The Marines are looking for a few good men. My insurance company, New England Life, of course. Why? And it looks like this page is Entertainment by Frank Tefford. Southern Outdoors Country, a different magazine for different folks. You bet. This next page is the scorecard. The Boys of Winter. If all National Hockey League playoff series under the new extended format go to the limit, the final championship game will be played on May 29th, plausibly in Atlanta. School and sport. It has become something of a tradition for school boards, faced with tough budgetary decisions, to single out athletics for supreme sacrifice. The threat to do away with extracurricular sports unless the taxpayers support a balanced educational program and such other enriching activities as band and theater generally bring them around to the board's point of view. Dial 1 for image. The North American Soccer League's Tampa Rowdies, the team that gave us the memorable slogan, "Soccer is a kick in the grass," has struck again. Its new telephone number is 961-KICK. Oh, if the Rowdies can only play. We have Pearl of a Project and Divine Empathy. And these are lookalikes. On this page, we have an ad for Fiat. There must be a reason. Percent change in retail sales of leading small cars, 1974 versus 1973. Little by little, we're starting to see other manufacturers emulate our kind of car. A few are coming out next year, some in 1978, but for now, if you want all that we've got, we're the only game in town, and the figures show it. Fiat, our time has come. looks like we have a continuation of the scorecard. A garden of well-versed women. The rights and wrongs of spring. And righting the wrongs. 7-month switch. Foul weather, friends. And they said it. Jesse Owens on how he feels after the last world record. 6.6 for indoor 60-meter dash was broken. A little sad, like losing a member of the family. And looks like we have another ad for cigarettes, this time from Newport. Alive with pleasure. Newport. After all, if smoking isn't a pleasure, why bother? Newport. And this one also comes with a warning. The Surgeon General has determined that cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health. Let's move on to the next page. It looks like this is a layout for golf. Wave hello to the future. The LA Open, won by an obscure 24-year-old, showed that even as Miller chases Nicklaus, hungry youngsters are chasing him. Looks like this page continues with our golf insert. With its return to Riviera in 1973, the Los Angeles Open re-established itself as the premier tournament on the tour's western wing. They let the cats out of the bag. This seems to be a basketball spread. Alabama had Kentucky and the CEC title all but wrapped up before Wildcat Kevin Gravy left Bama grieving. Kentucky's swarming defense wore Douglas out, but not until he had 34 points. A green machine with 6 gears. Out on the road, Boston had a little transmission trouble. Nothing that couldn't be fixed with Celtic spirit and a few spare parts from the bench. Another basketball spread with the Celtics. The sport that came in from the cold. Pele might shudder, but indoor soccer with 6 men to a side and played on a hockey-sized field leads to more action and scoring. And it looks like we have this amazing picture of indoor soccer. Looks like we have a continuation of indoor soccer. ads here on this side. Who should you listen to? The salesman or the stereo? Both. The salesman can help you find the stereo you're most likely to want. But when it comes to choosing the right one, you've got to let the system speak for itself and trust your ears. It looks like we have another ad for Nicklaus, the Jack Nicklaus Golden Bear golf ball. In Alabama, an atheist is someone who doesn't believe in him. Bear, the hard life and good times of Alabama's coach Bryant, Paul W. Bryant, and John Underwood. Here we have another ad. This one is from Toyota. Lowest priced car in America at $2,711. All new 75 Toyota Corolla two-door sedan. 33 miles per gallon and all of these standard features. And it lists 1 through 44. See how much car your money can buy now. Toyota. Run, Seaver, run. As spring comes again and ball players drop from the palm trees, the fan is sitting pretty. He can suck in the juice and spit out the seeds without a worry in the world. Not so the player. He must prove that he has it, or like the Mets comeback bent right-hander, can find it before easing up in the shade of the batting cage, as does Bob Robertson of the Pirates. For more information of spring and some pepper with Ron Fimwright, turn the page. And spring is a Yankee kickin' Dixie, where mustaches in St. Pete and kids glorying up in the Clearwater get closer to the players than anywhere else. And it looks like we have a baseball thread here. Continuing with baseball, we have the roots of spring. There is the sense that in spring training baseball is more the game it was meant to be. It is then that baseball is removed from all of those coliseums with chemical playing fields and transported again into the snug wooden ball yards where it can move at its own resolute pace. Most of the new parks were also designed to accommodate football, a game of compulsive urgency, but intimacy, not urgency, is baseball's charm. And in those purposely colossal structures, the game seems anomalous, a little like Parcheesi played on a crap table. A big frog in a small pond. At the age of 70, Henry Lamoff is making his splash, belly whopping 40 feet into just a dozen inches of water. cigarette ad. Smokers of the best feeling regular-sized cigarette, cut your tar in half with Lucky 100s. No matter how you cut it, your yard is still a lot more than a lawn. Looks like this is an ad for lawn mowers. The Simplicity System, because your yard is a lot more than a lawn. Introducing the first wide small car. This is the AMC Pacer in this beautiful cherry red color. I love that. Natural looks good from Ellie and Walker. Natural is the color. Natural, the feel of Ellie's Western shirt. As you remember, unbleached muslin, but softer, more comfortable, because it's 50% cotel and 50% cotton. Then, for a fit as good as the feel, Ellie tapers body lines with military pleats. Also, from the Natural Man, Ellie's faded blue chambray sports shirt. Both styles and neck sizes 14 to 17 at your favorite store, or write Ellie and Walker, 823 East Holmes Road, Memphis, Tennessee. And this looks like a continuation of Small Pond. TV radio, a voice from the past. Alan's delivery makes memories memorable. The face of the man behind the microphone in Studio 5C of New York's RCA building one afternoon last week was familiar, but it was not until he opened his mouth that a bystander felt a nostalgic twinge and said to himself, "How about that?" Mel Allen is back on the air, not in his famous role as a broadcaster for the Yankees, but in a new one guaranteed to tug at the heartstrings of old Yankee lovers and haters alike. Let's start you with a modest life. Insurance program now with the right to add up to 7 new policies later. New York's life add-on policy. Looks like we have a life insurance policy ad. Eyeballing Lionel Hollins helps keep Arizona State right on track. Fast train to the top. And yet another ad for cigarettes. Full flavor to match the best of times. Raleigh cigarettes. Gorgeous shot right here. We move people to Texas, Tahiti, even to tears. We are Transamerica, the people in the pyramid. Here we have another car ad. This is the Cordoba, the new small Chrysler. This page page is a continuation of the college basketball. Mid-East, East, West, and Midwest. Brute from men. If you have any doubts about yourself, try something else. Brute 33 antiperspirant for men. You won't have any doubts about yourself. We have Racket Guy from Brooklyn. But Vic Niederhofer doesn't use Dem or Dose. The 5-time US champ has a PhD, $1 million business, and wears a tux with track shoes. Sunchild in the icy nets. Jim Morton's surfer lifestyle gives him some uncomfortable moments at Michigan Tech, but he is right at home, in front of the hockey goal. I'm not really one for sports, which might be ironic because I'm going through a Sports Illustrated, but I do love hockey. Looks like we have an ad for Marlboro. Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro country. Marlboro Red or Longhorn 100s. Here we have an ad for the Penn West Sportswear, the Penn Westerners. Penn Westerners at Camelback Inn in Scottsdale, Arizona. Look at the fashion, that's super cool. This page is a continuation of the hockey. I loved hockey, he says, but I knew I'd never go anywhere if I stayed in California. Warden left the Sunland after his junior year in high school, moved to Minneapolis, got a job as a porter at a hotel, and enrolled at the Blake School, one of the powers in hockey, Mad Mid-Minnesota. He took over as the starting goaltender and earned all-state recognition. Looks like we have a track and field spread. The professionals are still here, and they say they are doing fine. 3 for the money. And here is a Volvo ad. 7 luxury features, thoughtfully left off. The Volvo 164. No opera windows, no fancy interior decor group, no 400 cubic inch V8, no fake wood veneer, no status hood ornament, no decaled on pinstriping, no long options list. We have a spread for boxing. This Cohen is the real McCoy. Once a Pan-Arab Games champ, the irrescribable Frenchman may be the last of the good Jewish fighters. We have an ad for the RK Acid Balanced Men's Bar. Checking on the Hudson. An indefatigable angler warmed up by his dedication detonation, and a few sparks supplied by old Jellyneck pursues the mightiest member of the salmon family in the icy tributaries of the Dunabi, the last native habitat. Looks like this page has more about Hutchin. And we have another cigarette ad. This is crazy. Here we have the Jack Nicklaus wardrobe, designed by Art Schaefer and marks for the man on the move. The more you get around, the more you need clothes that look terrific wherever you are, like the Jack Nicklaus wardrobe, blazer suits, a sport coat, and slacks designed to go together any way you put them together. Coordinated colors, compatible patterns, and all the pure polyester, new mirror-filled cloth, all with styling enough for just about anywhere. In the 70s, we see a lot of polyester clothing become popular. For $75, Ford redesigns the club wagon. Now you can enjoy new room, quiet, and comfort in a solid, well-built wagon. Ford Club wagons. Here's a diagram of the old and the new. This page we continue on here with Hutchin. And the same with this page here. We have a Oldsmobile Cutlass ad. What's more fun than a Cutlass Supreme with 6 sporty extras, paying for only 3 of them? Oldsmobile Cutlass from GM. On the left here we continue with Hutchin again. Comes to an end there. What makes the difference between tires that wear out and tires that wear on? It's from the Phillips Petroleum Company. Surprised. The performance company, Phillips 66. One thing you can say about the season of sports, they never run out. Talking about more of the Sports Illustrated and how you can get offers. Net savings, Sports Illustrated for only 19 cents a week. Here's another card that you can send out for, more magazines. We have For the Record, a roundup of the week, February 17th through 23. Shows faces in the crowd. We have Pat Kapla, Kurt Anselmi, Laverne Henderson, Marvin Dagon, Herman Smith Johansson, Casey Newhouse, 19th hole, the Reader's Takeover, with an act for Kodak Movie Deck, presenting the Kodak Movie Deck Protection, a beautiful way to look at your movies. Kodak took a movie projector and made it a joy to behold. We made it the Kodak Movie Deck Projector. of its reels lies flat against the top, barely visible. The other reel is gracefully tucked away underneath. It has wood grain vinyl side panels, and it's topped by a smoke-tinted dust cover. Need tax help? Call IRS toll-free, and it looks like we have some continuation of the 19th hole. And on our last page we have an ad for Windsor Supreme Canadian Whiskey. Traditionally smooth, untraditionally priced. You can buy a more expensive Canadian, but not a smoother one. And that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really love looking through vintage magazines and seeing all their ads and what they talk about. So let me know if you would like me to continue. Thank you guys so much. Goodbye.